Well, thank you very much, Karen, and good morning, everybody. It's great to be here once again for the symposium that brings together a whole range of people, led by the amazing SES in New South Wales. This brings together 200 people across all agencies from different states, and even we've invited some people from New Zealand. This is a wonderful example of what you can do to try and improve your responses, and you can see around me the work that's been put into place, and Assistant Commissioner Story will take you through some of those specific details. One thing that I want to say that's really clear is that we want to try and train in conditions that are simulated as close as possible to a real life situation. What we see is an example of submerged cars, fast flowing water, homes that are inundated up to their roofs. If we can train under those conditions, then what we do is that we can ensure that our personnel are best prepared. In addition to this, we're trialling new equipment. So not only are we looking at, my favourite word, interoperability between all of the agencies, but also looking at innovation. So we're looking at the drone footages that can then be going straight into the Emergency Services Operations Centre, amphibious vehicles, and then any other way that we can look at protecting people. Over the years, we've seen a number of natural disasters. We've seen the impact of floods, not only in the northern rivers, but also in the central west, and right here in the Hawkesbury-Nepean Valley. What we do want to do is continue training, continuous improvement, looking at every single way that we can be better in our response. Again, it's our amazing emergency services across all of the agencies who work together to achieve the best outcome. We don't want a situation where anybody is in danger, and we want a situation where we can get to them as quickly as possible. We're constantly looking to refine them. I'm proud to be the minister of incredibly dedicated people, over 11,000 volunteers right here in New South Wales, and people who genuinely want to make a difference, people who put others above themselves. And I think that would be the real takeaway from this. For those who haven't, I would again remind you and urge you to download the Hazards Near Me app. It gives you the most up-to-date information and all your local surrounds. Hazards Near Me app, it's so incredibly important. But for today, I want you to enjoy it. I want you to see the professionalism of our emergency services. I want you to see the innovation, the interoperability, and the way that we are training under the closest simulated conditions that we can possibly have. I'm going to hand over to Assistant Commissioner Story, and we'll be happy to take some questions a little bit later on.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you to Minister Dibb for being here today and for his ongoing support. It means a lot to the SES and our partner agencies, and particularly our volunteers as well. So we're all very excited to be here in Western Sydney at the Penrith Whitewater Stadium for our multi-agency flood rescue symposium. As noted, over 200 emergency service personnel from the New South Wales SES, from our partner agencies in New South Wales, from across Australia, and also from across the ditch in New Zealand as well. Here to share information, share learnings, and train and exercise together. As the Minister said, training and exercising is one of the best ways we can best prepare to serve our community in their times of need. And as we go into storm season in particular, it's really important that these flood rescue operators you're seeing here today are fine-tuning those skills and really working out how to best work together for the common good, and that's to support our communities and save lives out there as well. Unfortunately, we're seeing an increase in the severity and the frequency of storms and floods across New South Wales, across Australia and across the world. And that's probably only going to worsen due to climate change. So it's really, really important that the SES and our partners are working together and again, fine-tuning those skills. Today as well, we're testing some new innovative technologies in the flood rescue space. One of those is the use of RPAS, or commonly known as drones, and really looking at how we can apply that existing technology in that flood rescue space, looking at how we can improve the safety of our first responders and improve the outcomes for the members of the community who may find themselves having probably the worst day of their lives and very much needing that support from us. So we're looking at how drones can perhaps transport life jackets or communication devices to people who may be stuck on roofs or on the roofs of their cars or into trees in flooded waterways. How we can support our flood rescue operators with drones by stringing rescue lines across rivers a lot faster so they can get in and recover those people a lot quicker and a lot safer. We're also looking at how we could potentially use those drones for surveillance and to undertake those rapid damage assessments of our impacted communities, so people can get back to their homes a lot faster. So we can deem areas safe to return and get them back home a lot quicker, because we know that's really important to people after they've been evacuated. So really excited to be here. 200 personnel from 17 agencies from across the world. Some of the best in the business you'll see here today from the SES and our partners as well. Very challenging conditions here. It's a great facility, very challenging conditions, but it's great to be able to challenge our people in a controlled environment. So we'll be undertaking pretty high-tech, intense, dynamic, in-water flood rescue exercises today from cars and from rock outcrops. We'll also be on the water en masse with a lot of rescue vessels, rescuing people from simulated homes and communities and roofs. And we also have a third of the team here today, based in our Incident Control Centre in Sydney City, coordinating what will be a mass rescue exercise later today as well. So we're looking to enhance those skills across all those levels, because when they come together in the times of need, it's really important that they can really work well together.
Thanks, Dean. Do we have any questions? Any? Oh.
So firstly, can you tell us about the simulation? We heard before that it was basically meant to be a flooded town.
Yeah, so the theme for the exercise today is a mass casualty event with a flooded town, mimicking a scenario that can happen in a lot of locations across New South Wales, including here in the Hawkesbury-Nepean catchments. So we'll look to have over 100 casualties spread out over the event site. And our flood rescue operators, they'll be focused on triaging and prioritising all those people who need help, and making best use of the assets and the resources that we have to get the best result as quickly and as safely as possible.
As you said before, you've got personnel from interstate, also from New Zealand. Obviously in an emergency situation you often have crews from other states deployed to help resourcing. How important is it to be able to learn to work together in situations like this?
Yeah, as we've seen in recent years, supporting each other across state borders and supporting each other within New South Wales is so important to get the best outcome for our communities. Time and again, we see New South Wales personnel heading to other states to support them in the times of need. And as we saw in 2022 in particular, with the massive floods that we had impacting almost the entirety of our state, those resources that came in from other states and from across the world were so important in supporting us to support our communities.
We're a few months into school season this year. How is this season shaping up, and what are you guys expecting?
Yeah, we are heading into storm season, so an average storm season is a very busy period for the SES. We've already seen a number of pretty severe storms impact the north and the northeast of the state, and that'll set to continue under normal conditions. Currently, the ground is reasonably saturated, particularly in the northeast of the state. Water temperatures are high out in the ocean, so we are predicting probably a busier than average storm season from a storm and a flooding perspective.
Can I just add just one last comment? Sorry, it's probably just a review of the last one. What we're doing today, what we've been doing over the last 3 days is simulating the sorts of conditions that our emergency services will be facing, whether it's a flooded town, whether it's fast flowing water. By bringing everyone together across all of the different agencies, we're ensuring that we can provide consistent training and the best techniques possible. Our hope is that they'll never need to be called for a situation like this, but the confidence is in the fact that in doing these practice exercises, simulating as closely as possible, we know that our community is going to be well supported by the best prepared emergency services, and credit to them for all the work that they do.
Yeah, a lot happens, you know.
Do you need that again, brother? Yeah. Have we got ambos out here? Yeah, it was like 30 metres to me.
Yeah, and then they just do when they connect and pull it over.
How good is that?
And so in our single pilot operation there, we can either have a spotter who says drop now, little target on your screen, press the release button.
And so literally it's just like, it's like a claw and he just let it go.
We believe that to be a well port for this thing.
Yeah, go for it. Go to the flag and see if you can. Oh, here we go.
So where do we work? We're going to go up there, I'll probably do a U-turn.
So we go to the white buoy and you can head over to the flag and come back down. It is it takes a bit of getting used to, but I'll give it 2 seconds and you'll be fine. Yeah, a little bit sensitive.
But it's so easy, isn't it?
It is, and as you see, when you throw it in, it activates automatically, so deployment's extremely easy as well.
Oh, cool.
Oh, sorry.
You're all right. Very cool.
I think it's someone maybe in flood water getting swept down the street.
So this is a bit right here. So, okay, that's the tricky bit. I've got to remember, if I want to bring it to me.
The trick is if you flip the controller around when it's facing you, left becomes left and right becomes right. Then you can pull downwards then rather than forwards, and then yeah.
Oh, mate.
It's a little bit of practice to get used to, but it's not a huge amount of thing. Also with a 700 metre range.
I'm in your way, sorry.
No, it's recording.
Fans, yeah. Selfie for us?
Yeah.
You look good.
You always look good.
Getting on. Oh, I accidentally took it in from the Kristen yesterday.
Love it.
I'll bring again.
Yeah, correct. They do come in behind. And then we're done. That's
Oh,
one.
wow.
That's
So
1.8
quick.
coverage.
So that's yeah, that's it. And the water just cannot. That's so much easier than sandbagging,
A little bit, yeah.
and a lot easier on your back too.
Absolutely. Yes.
Emergency Services organisation. I just send them a joining code and they move it in. So cool.
Yes. Good off.
Sorry, mate, I'm only shooting above the waist.
Floating pontoons can provide, debris that people are clinging onto. So they're concept of the debris area.
Yeah.
So each of the crew. So we're
Yeah.
And he just gives them a name. Which give them a name and not operates houses like
Yeah, we've got some for you. So you can get the roof off.
As soon as we get the roof up, and we'll get you back to the water, okay?
Alright, I'm happy.
So yesterday was about.
How long now, mate?
this is one of our engine planes now.
Oh, really?
The go under the track.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, they're all healthy.
I'm about to make sure our legs are free. It's kind of
Too cold.
as much as we can out here. The shoulders is going to be the hardest part.
Help, friend.
Yeah, so as we've now entered the storm season for the coming months, today's scenarios are really focusing on replicating what volunteers and emergency services will come across in a flood rescue environment. So, for example, we've got roofs, debris, and sunken cars with casualties on board that will be replicating what would happen in an operation.
So that's the guy in the hat, the one from the NT.
Oh yeah,
That I see you in the NT.
Yeah. Why found out when I was up there that that wasn't a government campaign. It was just a...
Just be wary of the lake.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's what I was telling them.
I think because it's like working volunteers, so having that community focus can motivate. So, and you get and they're like, oh, it's SES, blah, blah.
It's good.
What could possibly go wrong, eh?
There's one place I'd prefer to be today, would be in the water.
I'm just going to say by this place, it looks like I'll just mark your hand and pull it out and shoot after that.
Yeah, look, I'm basically controlling the bag. So you just let me know, I'll just let you know how much we've got left.
We'll just try and bring him in 30 years. Bring him across and then pull him up into the 88. You happy with that?
Yep. Yeah. There's on the other side.